Hello and welcome to another Let's Talk, where today we're discussing E3, and in particular, Microsoft's E3. And joining me to do so is Russell.
Hello, the big M.
So, what we know about Microsoft, we know they need to get the ball rolling because they're in trouble with Sony beating them on every front. But in terms of what we expect, at midway through we'll have some Minecraft bullshit where they announce something to do with llamas or whatever they did last time.
Some kind of new update, whatever.
Yeah, and it'll be really awkward and it'll end up in some kind of montage thing later, so look forward to that.
That we're super duper excited for you to try out.
We've got the indie segment where they show off brilliant games like Ori and the Blind Forest like they had done before, and Cuphead. So in terms of what we 100% know there will be some type of Forza, and as such of the kind of swapping over between Motorsport and Horizon, we'll have a Horizon 4, which is rumoured to take place in the United Kingdom, which is the most boring location for an open world racer, or Japan. Japan in a racing game is always so cool. It's such a cool place to race, like drifting and all that.
What do you mean, drift?
Aside from that, we also know they're announcing some new hardware and software like they usually do. So it's normally they've done Game Pass, they've done Xbox backwards compatibility. There's indications that it might be another revision to the Xbox Elite controller. I've heard about that a few times. Getting through all that, now we're in kind of the proper area where we're going to start the discussion about Crackdown 3. A game that maybe should have been cancelled. Maybe going to be thrown under a couple buses and then a truck, but I guess we'll see.
I guess is the question, is there anything they could feasibly show you, Mitchell, that you'd be compelled by what they're showing?
If they add the whole everything's destructible thing like they initially showed off, maybe. But it seems like they've put that on hold. Even then, it seems a bit mindless and not much to it. Because last E3, they even showed off gameplay, which no one really paid much attention to.
Yeah. I was for me, it must be the opposite, where it's instead of just showing us what we already expect, Explosion Shot, I want to see, some really expansive story mode with, Terry Crews is, in it, from start to finish. Just Terry Crews it out there all the way. Just Terry Crews is our poster child. Have him just constantly saying shit in the trailer or whatever. And, building up, a Sunset Overdrive type story, just some kind of level of ridiculousness that fits the universe you're building, but still kind of takes it semi-serious at the same time.
Yeah, so go all out with the kind of craziness. Because Crackdown 3, I mean, you're basically a superhero, so you could do a lot with that. And from what they showed us collecting orbs and.
Do orbs still have a place in today's gaming? Maybe not.
Orbs will find a way. But moving on to something I think we care much more about is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And the return of Below, which we lost track of. So, Ori and the Blind Forest, that is a game I think everyone needs to play because it is so good. I think we both agree that it's really a great game.
It excels on so many levels, not just because it's not visually just good. There are plenty. Yes, it's visually spectacular, but on a gameplay sense. Yeah, it's the musical score, the gameplay, the story, just a heartfelt, emotional take on these creatures. Yeah. It has it all packaged together in such a relatively small experience overall. It's not the longest game; it's an indie experience. But with the Microsoft pushing it now, I can expect something bigger, grander. Having the engine already developed, something.
Yeah, so it's basically the Super Metroid to Metroid.
Exactly
in terms of what they can add, and I'm very excited because this is my most anticipated Microsoft game, which might be an issue for them. And we saw early in the year that Below had resurfaced. Yeah,
resurfaced from
the depths. This game, it had hype a long time ago. It was that thing, it looked different, it looked cool, I was excited for it. Then, nothing. For a very long time, we heard nothing. It was Capicabra or whatever. I probably fucked that up. But I won't even try again.
Yeah.
But point is, it's they said they were putting it on hold.
My hope is it's very much like other games that did that. Inside and Witness. Yeah, the puzzle game.
The Witness. Oh, yeah, by Jonathan Blow.
They both disappeared for ages and then came back same year and both were 10 out of 10 games. They were just getting crazy good review scores. And Below has, I don't know if it has the potential as much as they did, because they kind of pioneered the indie genre back in the day with Limbo and Braid. Like, they kind of started it.
Yeah, that is like the spark that ignited the fires of indie.
Yeah, but Below, I'm like, it could have that same potential where it's like something that disappeared for ages, and when it comes back, people just go, oh yeah, I forgot about that game, and it just has a huge influx, you know.
Moving on from there, we've got the kind of third-party like group where really the prediction here is we don't know what will be under there, but we can make assumptions of like Shadow of the Tomb Raider just got revealed, and apparently they're showing off their gameplay at E3. So Rise of the Tomb Raider was an exclusive,
initial exclusive, I guess.
One of those pretend exclusives that lied and kind of screwed it over in the long term for the PS4 and PC release. But we know Shadow of the Tomb Raider will probably be shown here just because of past sake, which will probably be very like the last one. But it's interesting with Eidos working on it rather than Crystal Dynamics.
That to me makes me even more thinking more likely it's going to be similar to what you've done before, because they just handed over the engine to Eidos Montreal and going, here, make another Tomb Raider game. Very similar to Arkham City, Arkham Origins. You know, handing over this, here's the license, here's the whatever. Just go ahead and use it.
Yeah, because Deus Ex wasn't working out for you, so how about you make Tomb Raider while we make Avengers?
A potentially much more lucrative game. Potentially.
Yeah.
And even just like, you know, Spider-Man on the horizon, you know. Like, Avengers are very hot right now.
Yeah, Avengers
Anyone
is the
in
thing.
Marvel.
So, and then we've heard rumours that Microsoft has the advertising rights to a few things. Randy Pritchford has said it won't be there under that. Doesn't mean it won't be happening. Might still be under the deal. He's a liar. So it's like Borderlands 3, it's been a while since Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and I think it's about time for another Borderlands game. Wouldn't you agree?
I definitely think it's had enough gap between Borderlands 2, 1, pre-sequel, and enough time to develop something brand new. Like, I expect... It's still going to be Borderlands, so I can't imagine anything too insane. But I expect probably a new engine, new development, new gameplay. Like, it's going to be the next big sequel to them. It's not just going to be, oh, here's more Borderlands. I think it'll be more than that, but still familiar to the series.
Yeah, because, like, we haven't seen next-gen Borderlands.
No,
Borderlands 2 was last gen, got ported. So it'd be really... It'll still be that really... The art style is solid with Borderlands. It'd be cool to see what they take with it, how far they can push the vehicle side of things, how far they can push all of it, really, with all the ability to new hardware.
Borderlands Battle Royale.
Coming soon. That would be a really good one for Battle Royale, with like the Diablo-style affixes to weapons and all that.
I honestly, and the Battle Royale's potentially everyone. Like, anyone could have a Battle Royale. So I was like, I never write it off.
They were late to the hero shooter with Battleborn. Do they try it again? We'll see. Randy is a man who does what he wants. Moving on to a series that has been dead for a long time, Age of Empires 4, which got announced last year, not at E3, but did get an announcement made by the good old team at Relic, who recently are known for murdering Dawn of War and dropping into a ditch. Might be a bit salty over there.
It is subtly salty, Mitchell. Maybe not so subtle, but at the very least, you know, they have a lot of history with, you know, RTSs. So,
oh god, Relic in the past are like, I could not knock them for anything. Dawn of War, Company of Heroes, Homeworld, they could do no wrong.
And I honestly think, even as much as you dislike Dawn of War 3, Mitchell, it's a new thing for them to tackle, and I expect they'll take it in a certain direction that won't be reminiscent of Dawn of War. Like, it'll be its own thing.
Look, I'll give them shit, but I'll buy this game in a heartbeat. I'm a big AoE fan. So it's like, they put out a new one in a new era, the link to that franchise. It's like, RTS is known, there's a few really big ones. Age of Empires is one of them.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like one of the godfathers of that industry, you know, of that genre, I guess.
Ensembles, like, their legacy lives on.
Yeah.
But speaking of legacies, it's not really a good one. Gears of War, like, there has been no announcement, nothing at all. Will we see a teaser for Gears of War 5? I almost forgot what number they're at.
Yeah, it is 5. I don't know, this is the one where I'm like, there's a chance I think they'll have a reveal, but only because we don't know what else secrets they have. Like, my hopes are Microsoft's got heaps of secret things to reveal, but they might not. And in that case, here's Gears of War 5 because we haven't got anything else to reveal. We need people excited. For the most part, I don't think it's going to be their big focus or anything. I think they might just tangentially mention it, or they could have a spin-off Gears thing for something, you know.
Gears of Wars.
Like Halo Wars? Yeah.
Yeah, Gears of Wars. But no, I reckon it's been a while. They ended the last one on a bit of a cliffhanger.
There's no question they're continuing it, yeah.
Yeah, it's Gears of War, though. The Coalition is...
That's all they do.
Coalition. Yeah. That's all they do. And that's all they're going to make.
Gears still does well enough. I think they're probably questioning how much effort they need to change things. But for the most part, you know, if it sells well, it sells well. Even though it's not a huge mark on the industry as a whole.
I mean, it's a big franchise. I expect it to come out maybe not next year, maybe the year after. Maybe kind of lead up that hype train.
Coal train, baby! Whoa!
Speaking of a game that might not have trains because it's set in the future, Cyberpunk 2077.
Police have a suspect.
I mean, this is it in the sense of this is what CD Projekt's been working on, and the real question is, like, there's all kind of rumors that it's actually first person, it's not going to be third person, but regardless, it's the pedigree of the company, like what they were able to put out with Witcher 3 and their subsequent DLCs on like another level, like Cyberpunk having a Blade Runner-esque or just a future dystopian type future is immensely satisfying on its own. But then having CD Projekt develop that game is like, this is next level shit.
I mean, they all look like Blade Runner a bit, but they all have that really cool, like, that just style, man. It's just...
And there's other ones like, you know, Deus Ex, like they have that dystopian future historic type vibe, but...
It's not quite as sci-fi as I want.
It's definitely a visual thing, but it's also for me like the developer thing, where it's like, what they have done in Witcher, if they can mimic that in this universe, sign me up big time. They made something where it's like the next game, Cyberpunk, people will look out for it. It immediately will stand out. They will go from the developers of Witcher, and you know, in the trailer, like it'll be there. Like people will be talking about this game based on not only how it looks, but also their developer. For sure.
All you need is that logo.
I hope they change it to make it like a cyborg. You know, like a red
cyborg thing.
It's coming for sure.
If it's
not Microsoft, is the question? Is it on Microsoft? I think probably because of their specifically allegiances to the previous Witcher games. But it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. For sure.
Oh, but we won't get it for a while, but all we need is that little slice of, like, here's a bit of hope. Here's a bit of what you'll expect. If they release even a tiny bit of gameplay, that'd be great. Okay, now we are obligated to talk about, as a series that I used to love and adore, has fallen from its grace in my heart. But Halo 6 is on the horizon. No doubt Microsoft's biggest franchise ever. And after what happens with Halo 5's story with Cortana and all that, now the question is, what is it?
For the most part, as much as the negatives you had with Halo 5, Mitch, a lot of people did like it. It's one of their strongest franchises, and it is a franchise that immediately stands out. When they bring out Halo 6, which everyone knows they will, people will cheer, and they'll have some kind of Master Chief, you know, section where it's like, here's Master Chief again in his glory. You know, it's not going to be just about Locke or whatever that other guy was.
Yeah, Locke. Agent Locke.
Master Chief will be like the core focus, and you never know, maybe they'll have, well, let's hope that they have something brand new and exciting to bring. It's not just like, Halo's back, the way you liked it, it's Halo 3 again or whatever, and like just playing on nostalgia. I hope it's something more than that. In fact, I almost would like if they go the complete opposite direction and go, let's do a God of War. Let's do something that on face value, even sure it's connected to the same series.
Thing is, Halo 5 set up Halo 6, fully. True. It's like, Halo Wars 2 even implied it. So this is like, they're all going in on
combination,
this. Maybe after this game, they will end that trilogy, because it is a trilogy. This is the end of the Halo 4, 5, 6 line, the Forerunner, whatever the shit it's called, line. Yep. So it's like, this is the end game. This is the final finale of that. This is the Halo 3.
This will be their best looking game on Xbox. Like, this will be the first party, all balls to the wall, everything's spent on it. You know, everything possibly can imagine will be in this game to make sure it's the one that on the shelf. You go, if you have an Xbox, you have to own Halo 6. Like,
if you have a PC, you have to own Halo 6. If you have Game Pass, get Halo 6, as far as we know.
As far as we know, yeah.
So that might... I mean, we've got a video about Game Pass and Sea of Thieves correlation, but Sea of Thieves is selling bonkers, surprisingly, and Halo 6 is like, that is their franchise. I really hope it's good. I really hope it's right in my alley. like the old ones were, but at the same time...
You'll get it. You'll get it anyway,
I'll
Mitchell.
get it.
It won't
I'll
matter.
get it.
Yeah.
I'll do a review for it. You'll see what I give it then. But that's about the main things about their E3 conference. Hopefully, Microsoft surprised the hell out of us.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
That's my biggest thing. It's like, I just hope that Microsoft comes out. I'm like, I couldn't predict it. I couldn't predict Microsoft because they had so much crazy shit at their conference. In a positive way, hopefully. Not, what were they thinking?
We spent an hour on Minecraft at this one. Haha.
Yeah.
Please buy our stuff. But yeah, that's about it for this E3 speculation of Microsoft. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Is there any game there that really excites you, like Halo 6, Gears of War, Age of Empires? Let us know in the comments below. And once again, thank you for watching. And we'll see you on the next one, hopefully. Goodbye.
Cold Train, baby! Woo!